Raphael Goodman, and this is a Brazen News TV update. The 80th anniversary of D-Day, one of the most pivotal moments in World War II, became a powerful platform for modern political statements. Joe Biden and Emmanuel Macron used this historical occasion to express unwavering support for Ukraine in its ongoing struggle against Russian aggression. As Volodymyr Zelensky stood with Western leaders in Normandy, the parallels between past and present battles for freedom were unmistakable. On D-Day, the Allied invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, marked a turning point in World War II. It symbolized the determination of free nations to stand against tyranny and fight for liberation. The beaches of Normandy, where thousands of soldiers sacrificed their lives, remain hallowed ground, reminding us of the cost of freedom. Today, Ukraine faces a brutal invasion by Russia, echoing the battles fought on those same European shores decades ago. The international community's response to Ukraine's plight is crucial. The support from world leaders is not just about aiding a nation under siege, but about upholding the principles of sovereignty and democracy that were defended in 1944. In his address at the American Cemetery in Normandy, President Joe Biden sent a clear message to Moscow. He declared that the United States and its allies will not bow down and are committed to standing for freedom. Biden emphasized that surrendering to bullies and dictators is unthinkable, drawing a direct line between the events of D-Day and the current conflict in Ukraine. He warned that abandoning Ukraine would lead to further threats across Europe, calling Russian President Vladimir Putin a tyrant bent on domination. The French President Emmanuel Macron echoed these sentiments, praising the courage of those who fought for freedom on D-Day and linking it to Ukraine's current struggle. His tribute at the UK National Commemorative event in St. Lawrence-sur-Mer was met with a standing ovation, particularly when he addressed Zelensky directly. Macron's words underscored the bravery of the Ukrainian people and the necessity of international solidarity in the face of aggression. Zelensky's attendance at the commemorative events, alongside his wife Alina, was a poignant symbol of resilience and unity. They were warmly received by the crowds and fellow leaders, signifying broad international support. This public display of solidarity highlighted the importance of Ukraine's fight not just for its own freedom, but for the principles that underpin democratic societies worldwide. The presence and statements of various international leaders at the event sent strong signals of support for Ukraine. Many leaders, including those from the European Council and Czech Republic, reaffirmed their commitment to standing by Ukraine. The overarching theme was clear: the fight for freedom is a collective responsibility. Notably, Russian representatives were not invited to the Normandy commemorations, a decision influenced by the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. French officials deemed it inappropriate to include Russia while it wages war on a European neighbor. In response, Putin dismissed the exclusion, underscoring the deep divisions between Russia and the Western nations. However, the event was not without its controversies. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's absence drew criticism, particularly from political figures like Nigel Farage. This highlighted the differing priorities and political pressures faced by leaders. Despite this, the overall message of unity and support for Ukraine remained strong. The 80th anniversary of D-Day served as a powerful reminder of the enduring fight for freedom. The speeches and symbolic gestures underscored the parallels between past and present struggles against tyranny. As Ukraine continues to defend its sovereignty, the support from international leaders is a testament to the timeless value of freedom and democracy. The anniversary highlighted the parallels between the historic fight against tyranny in World War II and Ukraine's current struggle against Russian aggression. It underscored the importance of international solidarity and support for freedom. The parallels between D-Day and the current conflict in Ukraine are striking. Both represent pivotal battles against forces seeking to impose tyranny and reshape borders through violence. The lessons from D-Day that freedom requires vigilance and collective action resonate strongly on Thursday. Other leaders also made significant remarks during the commemorations. King Charles, speaking at the British Normandy Memorial, emphasized the need for free nations to stand together against tyranny. These statements reinforce the idea that the fight for freedom and democracy is ongoing and requires unwavering commitment. Biden's speech also touched on the importance of international alliances like NATO. He criticized isolationist policies, drawing a contrast with former President Donald Trump's stance. Biden's message was clear. The collective security provided by alliances is crucial in defending against modern threats. Biden drew direct comparisons between the fight for freedom on D-Day and Ukraine's current battle. He emphasized that surrendering to dictators is unthinkable and that abandoning Ukraine would threaten all of Europe. Macron praised Ukraine's bravery and drew parallels between the courage of D-Day fighters and the Ukrainian people. He emphasized the need for international solidarity against aggression. Russian representatives were excluded due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. French officials felt it was inappropriate to include Russia while it is actively waging conflict against a European neighbor. Leaders expressed their support through speeches, symbolic gestures, and personal interactions with Zelensky. Their presence and statements reinforce the collective commitment to defending freedom and democracy. In other news, Joe Biden's son Hunter Biden gun trial is also capturing the headlines. Here are the key developments and implications. Hunter Biden's gun trial has captured significant attention, not just because of his familial ties to the sitting U.S. president, but due to the nature of the charges and the public scrutiny surrounding them. As the trial progresses, prosecutors are expected to conclude their case soon, after calling their final witnesses. This article delves into the details of the case, the testimonies presented, and the potential outcomes. Back in October of 2018, Hunter Biden allegedly purchased a revolver. The charges against him stem from this purchase, with accusations that he made false statements on a federal gun form, denying any drug use or addiction during a period when he was purportedly addicted to crack cocaine. His ex-girlfriend, Holly Biden, who was romantically involved with him at the time, found and disposed of the gun, setting off a chain of events that led to the current trial. Holly Biden, the widow of Hunter's late brother Beau Biden, testified that she discovered the gun while cleaning out Hunter's car. She panicked and disposed of it in a grocery store dumpster, fearing that one of the children might find it. Surveillance footage presented in court confirmed her actions. Hunter Biden's ex-wife Kathleen Bull and former girlfriend Zoe Keston also testified, highlighting his struggles with drug addiction. These testimonies aim to establish a pattern of behavior relevant to the charges. The prosecution has built its case around the alleged false statements made by Hunter Biden on the federal gun form and his illegal possession of the firearm. They aim to prove that he was indeed addicted to drugs at the time of purchase, thereby invalidating his claims on the form. An FBI chemist is expected to testify regarding any chemical evidence that supports the prosecution's claims. This could include drug residue or other forensic evidence linking Hunter Biden to drug use. A D agent will provide insights into the investigation, likely focusing on Hunter Biden's alleged drug activities and their connection to the charges. Hunter Biden's defense, led by attorney Abby Lowell, is focused on questioning the evidence and the intent behind Hunter's statements on the gun form. They may argue that Hunter was in denial about his addiction, common trait among addicts. As of now, it is undecided whether Hunter Biden will take the stand. His testimony could be pivotal, providing personal insight into his state of mind during the gun purchase. Hunter Biden is accused of purchasing a revolver illegally by providing false information on a federal form. The form in question requires the buyer to confirm that they are not an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substances. The federal gun form is a critical piece of evidence. The prosecution alleges that Hunter Biden falsely certified his status, while the defense questions his awareness and intent at the time of signing. Prosecutors have presented various pieces of evidence, including text messages and testimonies, to establish Hunter Biden's drug use. This evidence is crucial in proving the falsity of his statements on the gun form. Hunter Biden's acknowledged struggles with addiction, detailed in his memoir, Beautiful Things, play a significant role in the case. The defense may use this to argue that he was not fully aware of his actions. Holly Biden testified that she disposed of the gun out of fear for the children's safety. This act, while not illegal, brought significant attention to the circumstances of the gun's purchase and ownership. Surveillance footage showed Holly Biden disposing of the gun in a dumpster and later returning to retrieve it, adding a dramatic element to the prosecution's narrative. Hunter Biden faces 3 felony charges, 2 for making false statements on a federal gun form, and 1 for illegal possession of the firearm. These charges carry severe penalties, including potential prison time. If convicted on all counts, Hunter Biden could face up to 25 years in prison and $750,000 in fines. The severity of the penalties underscores the case's significance. Several Biden family members have attended the trial to support Hunter, including his half-sister, Ashley Biden, and First Lady Jill Biden, who attended before joining President Biden in Europe. In a recent interview, President Biden was asked if he would consider pardoning his son if convicted. He firmly responded, "Yes," indicating no plans for a pardon. Hunter Biden's defense has raised questions about the authenticity of the evidence, including text messages allegedly taken from his personal devices. They argue that the evidence may have been tampered with before being collected by law enforcement. Attorney Abby Lowell has sought to cast doubt on the reliability of the text messages, a key component of the prosecution's case. This line of questioning aims to undermine the prosecution's narrative. The trial has been widely covered by the media, with significant attention on the Biden family's involvement and the broader implications for the president. This coverage has influenced public perception of the case. Public opinion is divided, with some viewing the trial as politically motivated and others seeing it as a necessary legal process. This division reflects broader societal debates on gun control and drug addiction. The trial could result in a conviction, acquittal, or a hung jury. Each outcome carries different consequences for Hunter Biden and the broader political landscape. A conviction would likely lead to significant legal and personal repercussions for Hunter Biden, while an acquittal could be seen as a vindication of his defense. Either outcome will have lasting impacts on his life and career. Hunter Biden's gun trial is a complex and multifaceted case, intertwining legal, personal, and political elements as the prosecution wraps up its case and the defense prepares to present its arguments. The trial's outcome remains uncertain. Regardless of the verdict, this case will undoubtedly leave a lasting imprint on the Biden family and the American public. So, to quickly recap, why is Hunter Biden on trial? Hunter Biden is on trial for allegedly making false statements on a federal gun form and illegally possessing a firearm. What are the main charges against him? He faces 3 felony charges, 2 related to false statements about his drug use on the gun form, and the other for unlawfully possessing the gun. This is Raphael Goodman of Brazen News TV, an AI network production, signing out for now. Have a good day.